It is a privilege to cover this White House. It's a privilege to be the White House press secretary. And nobody has the right to go into the Oval Office and ask the President of the United States questions. That's an invitation that is given.
This question of conditional access by certain media outlets is certainly troubling. It indicates a kind of fundamental shift in the relationship between the presidency and the press. And what you're seeing in the second Trump term is basically them learning some lessons from the first term in that they kind of get to set the agenda. I think that Trump is recognizing a real dynamic in our media environment, which is that mainstream traditional forms of journalism are increasingly sidelined, are no longer the kind of center of our media culture. I don't know, though, whether traditional journalism playing the same game it's always played is going to do anything to disrupt that. Trump is going to go around mainstream reporting regardless of whether those reporters are in the White House. How can professional traditional journalists compete in this broader marketplace where there are perverse incentives and there are large numbers of right-wing media professionals and non-professionals shaping considerable swaths of public opinion? You see this, for example, with the kerfuffle around the quote-unquote Gulf of America. Some Trump supporters and people think that that's like a more adequate name. Other people prefer the name the Gulf of Mexico, which has been there for hundreds of years, right? This isn't a fact-based dispute. This is an ideologically based dispute. And so I think that a lot of the focus on the kind of dysfunction in our media presumes this idea that, oh, well, there is this one narrative or one truth, right? One proper way of conveying what the facts are. And all this other stuff, right-wing stuff, et cetera, is distorting from that, right? But really the problem is there is no agreed upon one narrative for what the truth is, to how to narrate the facts of the day, news events, et cetera.